Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Peace, love, and positivity to you. My name is Sohum, and today I'm bringing you a first-time reaction to an American rock band named the Stone Coyotes. We're going to be checking out 3 of their songs today, the first being Hammer on the Nail, then Detroit or Buffalo, and lastly, The First Lady of Rock. That should give us a good idea of what their sound and vibe is like overall. But before jumping into this, a massive thank you to Gila the Basie for the generous donation request and the selections for us today. Thank you very much, Gila. And now, let's just jump into it. I'm spamming the strum.
Something's breathing down my back.
Whoa.
And the sky outside is turned pitch black. There's a storm cloud up on the
Kind of like
hill,
moderate to fast tempo.
and a hairline crack on my windowsill. Oh, have I gone beyond the pale?
Fast pace to start us off.
Even at sweet speed, I hear the hammer on the nail.
Oh my God.
Soft open wide.
I feel like I need an epilepsy warning for the visuals because we have a lot of back and forth cuts.
Soft coffin open wide, with a little baby child inside.
Oh, that's visceral.
Beckoning to me with a white bone hand. Said, come a little closer, you'll understand.
So the baby is beckoning with the white bone hand. Yeah, that's a very vivid image
White bone
from
hand.
inside the coffin.
Said, come a little closer, you'll understand. Now do you pray that when you die, you be a tear in Jesus' eye?
Wow.
Well, once you think along these lines, it all unravels.
Also, I'm just like processing the tear, that word she just sang was sung in falsetto. So the emphasis was meant for that tear.
You be a tear in Jesus'
that?
eye. Well, once you think along these lines, it all unravels, it all unwinds. Oh, it's a little winsome well. Even as we speak, I hear the hammer on the nail.
Nail of the coffin, that would make sense. The energy in this is building on me. It's getting intense.
You ask me how I feel.
Oh.
There's a hound dog snapping at my
I like the intensity in the chorus, and I like the fact that as we transition into that second verse here, it almost drops out in intensity where all you hear is that syncopated drumming in addition to the cleaner vocals in that moment. It's just a nice, I guess, juxtaposition, that heavy, gritty sound that we're getting in the overdriven guitars, immediately followed up by some momentary space in the mix. Hear this? Like heavy here, and then it quiets up real quick.
You ask me how I
Right
feel.
there.
There's a hound dog snapping at my heel. And all these fears once ignited, will they come back uninvited? I've been looking out, I've been looking in.
Whoa, even a bigger drop out here. And Barbara has a nice voice. Very clear.
Have I gone beyond the pale? Even as we speak, I hear the hammer on the nail. Whoa!
Nice drumming.
I hear the hammer! 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 It's nailing my coffin down!
Dude, Doug is going crazy. Ooh. All right. So there you have it. That's Hammer on the Nail. That's a good first place to start. I feel like so much of that energy just came from the drums. Just consistent overall, constantly punching in that, like I said, like high, moderate to like just fast-paced, moderate to fast-paced tempo. When you have that very quick speed throughout, it's almost like hard to find space in the mix to like reach a place of more calm, more tranquil energy. And I don't think that's really the point of a song like Hammer on the Nail, which is almost meant to be something that's extremely, like I said earlier, visceral, creating this vivid image of the bony hand of a child in a coffin. When things are dark, yeah, that's what music is for, is to help illuminate that darkness in a way that it is enjoyable to a listener. In this case, we're talking about music. It could relate to any medium of art, let's say painting as an example. But you create these very visceral sounding lyrics with the heaviness in the guitar and drums and those feelings, almost like this perpetual fervor or angst even. I think maybe even a better adjective to describe this song persists throughout. It permeates through the guitar work, permeates through the drumming. And interestingly, the vocals were like sort of like spoken word, the way that they were sounding. I mean, Barbara was singing to pitch throughout as well. You could very easily hear the pitches. They matched onto the scale of the guitar. But most of what drew me to her voice was the clarity with which she spoke against all of the muddied mix underneath and the actual lyrics she was singing. But that's why it's like weird, because it almost felt like in a moment a bit of like a spoken word slam poetry kind of delivery, but to a faster rhythm than you would typically experience in that world. Now let's check out Detroit or Buffalo. And this is worlds apart. What? This is so different. Like an acoustic ballad now.
People expect you to fall, hit that same old wall. Really, they don't want to help at all.
I think I like this sound a lot better.
And they talk behind your back today.
Yeah.
Shake their heads and say, well, I always knew that the girl would come to no good anyway.
Nice lyrics.
You better pack up and go, Detroit or Buffalo. Anybody wanna know where? You don't know. God knows everybody.
I like Barbara's voice in this a lot.
Sometime.
Very, very harmonious.
And I'm taking this train to the end of the line, missing every mile, that friend of mine.
Beautiful melody here. I really like the melody in this. I think Detroit or Buffalo is already my favorite of the two songs.
And I haven't been too well myself. A lot of time on the shelf, saying that I don't need help when I do. But I'm gonna be just fine. A lot of friends, a little wine. Still, I wish I could see you again sometime. But I better pack up and go, Detroit or Buffalo.
That's so nice.
Anybody wanna know where? I don't know. God knows everybody gotta go sometime. And I'm taking this train to the end of the line, missing every mile, that friend of mine.
Oh, this song has such a nice build.
You just can't do it anymore. Take a chance, take a train out into
nice layering with the piano here. I mean, there's a lot of different elements that are making this song really just warm feeling. Starts with the acoustic guitar, that's for sure.
And sometimes you think
everything else is almost like a bonus.
Do it anymore. Take a chance,
keys now, the bass from earlier, holding on the lows.
And all you've got's your suitcase full of pain.
And Barbara's voice is like right in front of us. You can grab out and touch it.
Detroit or Buffalo. Anybody wanna know where? You don't know. God knows everybody gotta go sometime. And I'm taking this train to the end of the line. Missing every mile, that friend of mine. Missing every mile, that friend.
Wow, this is really nice. That was really nice. And you know, I'm kind of noticing in Barbara's vocals, and take this with a grain of salt given my two song sample size now of the Stone Coyotes, but I'm noticing that her vocal delivery, in addition to it being very clean cut, kind of like spoken word-esque, she also tends to like cut the phrases off rather quickly. She doesn't like, I would say like there's a certain descriptor for singers who like to like kind of create extremely long melodic phrases. Melismatic is one of those terms. It seems like Barbara errs on the side of shortening some of her vocal phrases in favor of parsimony, in favor of letting the music in the sections where she's no longer singing kind of ride out the melody. It's almost like she's doing, 50% of the singing a normal singer might in certain instances, and allowing the instruments that are supporting her to play the other half of the vocal role. The reason I even make any of those comments is because there was one or two specific moments that happened in the latter half of the song where she actually holds the notes, extends them longer, even does a bit of a riff. And those become extremely noticeable when the norm, at least so far that I've experienced from Barbara, is to cut the phrases off in a more shorthand kind of fashion. So I like that when she does decide to elongate the notes, they are noticed. But this song for me has the warmest feel of the two we've heard so far. Extremely melodic, just pleasant to experience, Let's check out the final song of the day. This one is The First Lady of Rock. Let's see where we go.
Yes, you're right. That's what we need to do.
Oh my god, that tone.
Yeah! Oh! Yeah! Oh!
I like how she's almost like chill with it.
Let me tell you the story of a girl. All she ever wanted was to rock the world. Asked for a guitar for birthday number 9. They thought an acoustic would be just fine. No, I want a BC Rich. Maybe
I like the strumming here.
Mommy said to Daddy, did you hear what she said? I like Black Sabbath and Motorhead. Oh, yeah.
I like them too.
What's a girl to do?
I know more Black Sabbath than Motorhead, but I hear the vision.
My dreams come true. Sorry, Mom and Dad, this might come as a shock. I just want to be the first lady of rock.
I'm just enjoying this energy.
I just wanna be the first lady of rock.
It's almost like a chill rock. Maybe a version of like new metal, new rock. I don't know. It's really interesting. And the vocals in this composition are like not at all what you would expect for the style of composition.
She said I'm not after glory and I'm not after fame. You might not ever know my name. I'm no rock giant if you know what I mean. I'm 5'6", I weigh 114, and I play on the streets.
Getting all of her stats right now.
Out on the highways under the stars, dreaming the dream that I had as a girl. All
Oh,
I
that
ever wanted
bass.
was to rock the world, yeah. Now what's a girl to do? I've been wishing on a star. Let my dreams come true. I've been banging on the door, going knock, knock, knock. I just wanna be the first lady of rock.
And I like the guitar feedback too.
I just wanna
Those sharper notes, as if like the speaker's getting blown out. Oh, is that all?
Thank you.
Man, I think that was my favorite like song of the three, which is crazy to think about because I really loved the melody in what we heard in Detroit or Buffalo. The energy in this one made a lot more sense to me than what we heard in the very first track. It's almost like this almost like bouncy, I wouldn't call it rap cadence or flow, but there's just something like very narrative forward about her vocal delivery. Again, that's on top of the clarity in her voice when she decides to like pitch shift some of her her notes up or down, almost like bending the vocal notes one way or the other. In addition to when she's doing that on the guitar with the rest of the production, making those like sharp moments almost like too sharp and some of the softer moments almost too soft. It's such a like sporadic soundscape. It's not at all what you would expect, but somehow with the way that the groove of the bass like sets the tone for everything, it works. So you have this like very groovy bass below the guitars that are like kind of like piercing, cutting in and out of the mix, like almost like a small steak knife or something like that. And then her voice clear as ever riding above, and she's able to like convert it into something that's more legato for brief moments versus not. God, there's one song I can think of very particularly in my brain that I'm reminded of when I hear the First Lady of Rock. I wish I could grab it right now in this moment. My memory recall is not the best for this subgenre. God, I literally like the song is on the tip of my tongue. I don't know a better way to describe this band. Somehow it feels like their arrangements in particular are sparse in a way that doesn't feel like you're missing all that much. It does feel like things aren't fully gelled together. That what I mean by that is like every part of the frequency range isn't necessarily filled, like you may hear in other productions, for example, which means that the elements that are kind of dominating, they dominate within their specific ranges, and kind of when they are all threaded together, you can notice some of the frequency gaps. But I don't know of a better way to word this idea, but basically the fact that there are gaps in the frequencies isn't necessarily a bad thing in the context of the Stone Coyotes, because the pieces that exist are already interesting enough. And for me, what's more interesting now that I think about it from what we heard before is the vocals from Barbara and is the guitar work. I think in the beginning I was like, wow, the drums are the mainstay, which for me, I'm not a drummer, so I can only say that at a very high level. And then what we got with melody in the second track, Detroit or Buffalo, brought me into a different direction, but the through line was her vocals. And then what we got in the end with like the parallel feel in her voice and guitar, I think that completely set the stage for me. I feel like the next time we listen to the Stone Coyotes, majority of my focus is probably going to go on Barbara and her vocal delivery. But those are just all my initial thoughts hearing Stone Coyotes for the first time. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. But this was a very interesting band to check out today. Hopefully you enjoyed the reaction. If you want to request a reaction yourself, please hit the first link in the description box below. That's the best way to support my channel. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.